Welcome to safe use of the humble bandsaw. Now the bandsaw is quite an interesting machine. We can use it from years 9, 10, 11 and 12. It's made up of a continuous blade. So if I turn that around there, this blade goes all the way down and around. It's one of the most useful tools in the workshop. The risk factor is medium. Remember these little hands here? If we chop them off, they don't regrow, especially you sportsmen out there. So, what have we got here? We've got an on-off button, and this is probably the most important thing. We've got this slide which goes up and down. Now, I've seen in the past where students are pushing that through and there's a huge gap through here. The recommended distance is, it needs to be smaller than what your finger is so it won't go under there. So that should be roughly around 10 millimeters. That should generally be set. So the first thing, we're going to make sure that's set. Second thing, we need to wear our PPE. Who can tell me what that is? Anyone here? No. So, that's personal protection equipment. So in this situation, earmuffs and safety glasses. Okay, so then we've set that, we've got our PPE on, we turn it on. But before I do that, there's a little circle around here. You should never get your fingers inside that line. And just while we're on that, we'll just see where everyone should be standing. So in a classroom environment, we have one person using the machine, standing here, ready to use it, with the appropriate PPE gear on. The people waiting are going to be 1, 2 and 3. If there's any more people waiting than that, there's no point waiting. Now, I see this often, and we've got to address this. If the person waiting is standing here, which is often the case, just remember, that blade sometimes breaks. When it does break, it shoots out the side here. So imagine that for a minute, you're standing here, blade comes out. It's not a great place. So, one person using it, 1, 2 and 3. Nice and simple. Now, when we're actually using it, most students take their hands like this and push through. That's a problem if their hands are all out. So what we want to do is tuck your fingers in and keep your hands well out of the line of the blade, and within that clear space they should never be anywhere near there. Okay? So we turn it on. Put my PPE on, safety glasses, hands out of the way. I've now hit stop. The next person will transfer the PPE material. Often you don't know if the blade's going or not, so always assume it is. Now, that little bit there, students often use their little fingers to flick that out. That's another risk. So, you can use a piece of timber, push that away, but not your fingers. Your hands get too close to the blade. So, simple recap. Set the blade, PEP, one person using, 3 people there. Now, remember, sportsmen, these little babies here, do not grow back. We would like to keep them. Be safe out there.